2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Gun.
They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. McDaniel. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. from the gun. McDaniel. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Throwing on first down. McDaniel. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
On third down, McDaniel. Smith catches left side. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Check 53, Mike.
They'll try and throw for it here. He finds Coleman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in tough situations.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
Looking to throw on second down. McDaniel. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. On third down. It's Cohen, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And Parkey's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
look to throw here on 2nd and 10. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. A good pickup there at 22.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A give. This is Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll run with Cook. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll try and sneak it here. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, gun!
To throw on second down, McDaniel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from Minneapolis after this. The Vikings on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a third and goal here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Back to throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. Third and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due. Go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on second down. McDaniel. He'll leave it for Cohen. Complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Detroit!
On first down, McDaniel. He's going to let it go deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. This is Cohen on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 3rd down, McDaniel. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Dez Bryant, as the first half is winding down, and the Bears have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Oh, my fucking goodness, bro.
Kiss him goodbye, Travis Benjamin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Travis.
Man, see, I can't stand that shit, man. I can't stand that shit, bro. That shit always happen like that. Yeah, I hear you. They just played me with this shit.
In the final seconds of the first half, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Hey, he should have caught it. He should have caught it the first time, though. That's them making up
Extra
for it.
point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14.
I wasn't even that triple, man. Hey, you threw the ball.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
My niggas ain't even knocking that shit out y'all hand or nothing.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
Detroit!
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A final shot before break. McDaniel over the middle to Smith. 30, the 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
To throw on 2nd down. McDaniel. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They run. This is Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will be taken at the 13. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 59 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
I'm gonna do on a drink. Oh, when she tipsy. I had enough convo for 24.
The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's caught.
Bro, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
They needed 17 and they got 18. A defensive lapse there, and it's a first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So, to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly
They wanted
helped.
you to get that, bro.
No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now.
Yo.
Green 39. Green 39.
Man, I don't know, man. I ain't got shit to say about that.
Right back to him on first down.
Oh, they
Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense
No,
stand up and
I
stop.
ain't gonna say that. I'll play worse. Definitely play worse.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is
Come
going
on,
to
they
result
won't
in
let that
losing
ball
yardage.
come up on the
They're
goal.
driven back to the 8-yard line.
Bro, we got hitters on our team, bro. Ain't nobody going to smash that bitch out of his hand. His ass good.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
4 down. Watch him now, Barney. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back's mine. 58 is Mike.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll get him down here at
Ain't
about
no
the
cutting back
5-yard
like that.
line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll give it to him right up the gut.
Good stop,
and he'll be
bro.
brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Watch him now, Barney. Gun.
On 1st and 10, McDaniel.
Why
On the
did
left
you
side,
have
this is Stills. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Gun. Hurry up, here we go. 319. All right, now, Lucky 56. Gun. Hey, let's get them home. Motion. Pump.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDaniel.
Damn, bro.
Coming from the
Hold the
Vikings,
block
and
for
they
me.
get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4.
Detroit. Gun. All right, now, Lucky 56. Gun.
On 3rd down, McDaniel. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing after the interception. McDaniel forced out to his left. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Golly. Right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. McDaniel over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. McDaniel over the middle, complete. It's Harmon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Off the play fake, McDaniel. And his throw here is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
To throw on 3rd down. McDaniel throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Off play action. McDaniel. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Gun! 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 Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
This is Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McDaniel. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kenny Stills, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut down.
Now a hit.
There we go. Get it. Get the ball. Oh, my God,
guys
bro.
will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And an alley to run. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They try again with Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Hot!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
Come on,
and
man.
This is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. McDaniel escaping the pressure right.
That's some
Receiver,
bullshit.
and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Parkey's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Back 99 Philly.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll set up to throw. This is Johnson, he's got it. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Back to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And this is good. Extraordinary here in the closing stages. That field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet.
27,
it can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn.
Like
it's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Oh, okay. I see what you want, Hope. I can do that too. Uh-huh. I thought he hit it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Nah, that was a perfect pass.
Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man.